it's Rhonda here, and it's the Rhonda Shear Social Hour. RhondaShearSocialHour.com. Yes! And guess what we're doing right now? In this segment, we are cooking with Rhonda. Cooking in the kitchen with Rhonda. Now, around the holidays, maybe you're just tired of the same green bean casserole and just same old dressing and stuffing. How about we make stuffed Mirlitons? What is that, you wonder? Well, maybe you've heard of a coyote. You often see this little fruit squash, because it's actually a fruit, you often see it in stores, but you don't know what it is. It's steaming right now because I just boiled it. Okay, so it is, we call it in Louisiana a Mirliton. So I'm cooking about 8 of them. So when you open them, just so you'll see, they look like that, kind of like a pear. Woo, it's hot. All right, I'll get back to that in a minute. But anyway, they're tasty, kind of like a little bit of a cucumber, eggplant. It's an interesting taste, but we're gonna stuff them. But we're gonna stuff them with, ooh, really good, shrimp and ham. So let's go through the ingredients and then we'll get to putting it all together, cooking with Rhonda on the Rhonda Shear Social Hour. Happy holidays. Okay, here we go. So you need I have about 1.5 pounds of shrimp. I've coarsely chopped them. I'm going to chop them a little more when we get into onto the stove. And then you need the Trinity. I'll put it all together for you because you guys are probably getting used to it. What is that? It is 1 bell pepper, about 3 stalks of celery, 1 large onion, and about 4 toes of garlic. Chopped nicely. Actually, it's a little coarse, but I'm lazy. Then we have, in this particular dish, we get the green onions. I love green onions. They're a little softer tasting, so I took the white part, separated it from the green, so they'll each have a separate place in the cooking, as you will soon see. Then we're going to use some breadcrumbs. I have about a cup. I have Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, so we're going to add a little kick to this, a little big kick. And then ham. Now, I've never done this dish with ham, but I've seen it in Louisiana, so we're going to add some ham to it. Also, I have parsley, and then I have 7 more of these. Mirlitons, or you can call them, or see them in the grocery store, is chayote. And then I have 1 stick of butter, and I have divided it 7 ways. It's starting to melt on me. And then we have 2 eggs, beaten well. Okay. I have a little, just regular salt and pepper. All right, so that's what you need. It's really not that complicated. We're gonna have some fun with our stuffed Mirliton. I suggest you put it on one of your holiday tables. It's different and people like the way it looks because we're gonna bake it. We're gonna stuff these, put them back in the shell, bake it, and it's so pretty. Instead of being like a big mushy, Thanksgiving, Christmas, where everything looks the same, everything's beige. This is gonna kick it up a notch. Okay, we'll be right back. Now you can bake the Mirliton to cook them, to prep them, because you have to scoop out the pulp and the inside. I have boiled them, but you have to be very careful. It's a delicate dance, because if you boil them too much, the skin's very thin, and you have to retain the skin so that you can stuff them. So we're going to see where I've done. It might not be totally cooked, but when I put it back in the pot to do all the ingredients, to mix all the ingredients together, it will cook more. So here we go. Here's my little Mirliton, and I'm going to cut this one open. I've boiled it about 12 minutes. There you go. It's hot. There's 1 little seed, which I have to scoop out. Now, this actually could have cooked a little more. And like I said, it's that delicate dance, but I'm going to take this napkin so I can dig into it. Now, you can use a spoon, or if you're really good with your hand, a knife to cut through some of the flesh there. And then we're going to put the flesh in the bowl because we're going to put all this back into the pot to cook. But we have to get a little, I'm going to wait for it to cool off. And I'm just showing you guys how to cut into this. And you definitely want to cut that seed out and where the seed lives. It's a little hard. Okay. Could cook a little longer. I could boil it a little longer, but then you have to be very careful because look how thin that skin is. We have to retain enough of that skin to restuff it. These are kind of small. Sometimes they seem a little bigger, but they're not huge. They're about the size of an avocado. Okay, so at least you know what I'm doing. We're gonna scoop it out I would prefer to use a spoon, so I didn't get it really cooked enough to use a spoon, but at least you have an idea what's going on here with your chiyote or your Mirliton. All right, I'll be back with the rest of them in a second. I just dropped 2 tablespoons of butter in the skillet. Oh, is there anything better than bubbling, boiling butter? No. Anyway, let's get it cooking. Let's get it going. Now we're going to put the Trinity plus the garlic in for a nice little saute. You hear that butter? Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Nothing prettier or better smelling than the Trinity with fresh garlic. All fresh. We're going to let that hang out for just a minute or two. Now we're going to add the white part of the onions, of the green onions. Here we go. Because they're a little bit more delicate, so we put them in a little bit later. Trinity plus more green onions. That is delicious. Okay, now goes in about the 1.5 pounds of the Key West pink shrimp, okay? Here we go. These should be chopped. These are pretty big, so I'm going to spoon cut them. Because you know why? I'm lazy. Down in Louisiana, you will see stuffed Mirlitons and even fried Mirliton. Except they do it with a French accent. Do it, honey? Mirliton. So a little time has passed, and what do we have in this skillet? We have cooked shrimp. They're cooking with the Trinity. And they'll cook even more, but now we're going to add, first time I've ever done it, I'm so excited, ham and, I've heard of ham and cheese, but have you ever heard of ham and shrimp? You know that's very Louisiana. So we're going to add that the ham. We're going to cook it all around there. But now, what I'm putting in, the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, the salt, and pepper, and the rest of the green onion tops. Woo! Now we're going to cook it all around. Just because I'm acting a little crazy tonight, I'm going to have a little bit more Tony Chachere's, and everybody's going to have a hot butt. Ooh, yeah! Say yay! Laissez les bon temps roulés. Bam! In the words of Emerald. Now I'm going to make a beautiful transfer because we have to put everything together on the other side of the kitchen. So I'm going to put the shrimp and the ham that's been cooking beautifully together into this bowl. Good! I have taken and chopped the Mirliton. Now I am going to take the Mirliton that has been chopped and I am going to place it into our dish with the shrimp and the ham and the seasonings. There it goes. All the Mirliton. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So now I'm going to stir this mixture all together. Let's start stuffing. This is the ham and the shrimp mixture. I like my shrimp to show up. I like my stuffing high. Look at that, you gotta stuff them high. Stuff them high, stuff them low, stuff them everywhere. I'm sprinkling a few breadcrumbs on the top so I'll be able to see when they brown. So, aren't they beautiful? The little stuffed Mirlitons are all back in their shells. And we had a little extra. In Louisiana, we call that leña. That means a little extra. We don't waste the little extra. We put it all in just another little pan, and we're going to bake it. So, we have it at 375. And I'm gonna do it for about 35 minutes and check it to see if it's brown. All little pans in the oven. There you go. Let's set that timer to 35 minutes. We'll be back to see how those look, and boy, I hope you're getting hungry, because I am. Voila! The stuffed Mirlitons. Yummy, very, very New Orleans, very Cajun, very unique. They're beautiful. They were in the oven about 40 minutes at 375. You can see the tops are brown. This is a little lanyap. I'm gonna serve up a couple of them and put them in the plate so you can see how beautiful they look on the plate. And then we're gonna eat. Stay there and let's plate these guys. Putting these little delicious guys on the plate. Beautiful, 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 delicious stuffed Mirliton. Do this for your holiday dinner. Your friends, fans, and guests, or maybe just yourself, are absolutely going to love this dish.